Good evening, everybody. Welcome to AOR. Once again, Apex Online Wrestling Hyper Energy F1 Leagues. This is F3 live for round 12 from Italy. Live commentary done by myself, Simpler, and Mr. Evil Dragon, who joins me in the commentary box as always.
Well, welcome to a warm and sunny afternoon here in Italy. The sun is shining in the sky over, of course, the Adromo Nazionale di Monza. On a weekend that we just saw Toyota win Le Mans. Welcome to Italy. Welcome to F1, not Le Mans, but a superior sport. Welcome to the fastest cars in history. Well, today we're going to have a long old ride. And who knows who's going to win today? We've got Maddie, we've got Roadhouse, everyone sitting in the cockpit. Shumi, Pedro, Big Parenta, or Big Parenta as you found out. We got Sheen, we got Vicstar, Lat and Cow. And as welcome to Soup. How are you going to find this race, Soup? It's going to be a long afternoon for some of the drivers. It's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely, because we have, of course, the Tifosi out in force here in Italy with the two Ferraris of Vesto, and who else is driving the Ferrari for us today? I think we might have just the one Ferrari today, actually. So they only have one Ferrari to cheer on, which is kind of a shame, but they are out in force, as they always are. So let's see if Vesto can maybe spring a surprise and get that Ferrari onto the podium. But of course, you've got to remember Toro Rosso, of course, an Italian team, and one of their drivers, Big Parenta, championship leader, and is looking to go for 4 in a row today. So let's see if he can do that. It'd be quite the spectacle if he could. But it is going to be a long weekend for some of them, but it's going to be hopefully an excellent race.
Indeed, and also welcome back to some of the drivers we saw last time out in Hungary, and of course that was a long time ago. Welcome to Cookie. He's back. Hello, Cookie.
Freshly baked.
Freshly baked from the oven. Hopefully isn't going to crumble this time. Time will tell, of course. I'm excited to see where he goes. Well, this is going to be an interesting race. Roadhouse currently on, well, technically pole, but he is the lead car out of this pack.
It is good to see Matty D out on track after his horrific crash at the Indy 500. So, in case you forgot, he was doing well and then proceeded to crash into the wall quite hard, breaking both legs badly. So here he is back in the car in Monza.
Speedy recovery. To have broken both legs, that's a quick recovery. Moving on. Solid Ninja, currently P1 with a 121.4. We're expecting to get down to the 119 soon. Well, 120.7. Let's go and have a look, shall we, at where Big Parenta is. He's on his out lap, so we'll go on board of him soon. And, well, I'll let you take us around the lap, I suppose.
Oh, I just noticed that Williams going backwards at Ascari, but yeah, we shall go for a lap on board with your championship leader, who's just leaving Parabolica and running down towards turn number 1, the first chicane. You'll see the old track on your right hand side, the banking just edging off to the right, and the guardrail on the right hand side there into the first chicane. Locking was very deep. That's going to be his lap immediately over.
And off there goes Cookie as well. So we'll go to Cookie because he is the car there. So we'll just continue onwards.
Casper, that is a brilliant lap. That is a very quick lap.
120.3 indeed. Well, Big Parenta, that was surely quite a big bowler job, but he could have kept going. But that lap is basically over. Who is the next car to come across the line? I believe it might be CJ, 120.9. We're on board with Cookie coming into the Lesmo 2. Let's see if we can get the car stopped okay. 4th gear through there. Absolutely fine as a whistle. Now, down towards under the bridge, under the banking, of course. We've seen how many times that doesn't end well in games, but here we are, coming into Ascari. A quick left-hander into a long, flat right-hander. 5th gear, the rear end wanting a step away, on board with the Sauber. Now, coming under the flyover side, and I think he's backed off that lap time.
Yeah, we just see him adjusting fuel mix, so he has backed out of that one. But yeah, I have to say that is a rapid time from Casper. It would be a bit of a push to put these guys into the 119s, because that's a bit quick for F3, but some of these guys I think are actually capable.
Indeed, in comes Big Parenta, so that has not gone well. That was his only attempt, Len. So he's in real trouble right now. Not a lot of laps, so he's going to have to really pull it out of the bag, because as in comes the Taurus and the Red Bull as well in the pit. Then that's going to be a little bit of an in-sync battle there. Who's going to get the car up on the jack? So I think it might be the Taurus, so yes, it is. Well, Cookie still set a lap time. Vezto to set a lap time. We'll go and have a look at Cookie, because he is on a lap right now in the Sauber, just coming towards the Lesmos. Let's see what he can do then. 1.92 laps of fuel, so he's going to go for it. Let's see what he can do.
Just noticed CJ went P2 with a 120.4.
Indeed, Casper and CJ, the double C up front. Let's see if Cookie can make it a triple C. I don't think he can go that far up the field, but let's find out. Into Ascari, runs off the road there, and that's not going to help. That rear end might come around. Now, last time I said he's doing well, it didn't end well.
No.
It ended up in literally the opposite of going well. He ended up in a wall on fire, and it was really bad. But out comes the final corner, comes the Sauber. Let's see what he can do then. Comes to the line, builds up 270, and he jumps in the pit. Well, there you go. That one comes in, a Ferrari comes out.
Right, so everybody in the pits pretty much.
Apart from Vezto, who's just come back out.
Yeah, so Ferrari wants the track to himself. And Clean Air, the Haas comes out behind. That is of Pedro. So Casper, he's springing a little bit of a surprise here. He's had a really poor run of races. And all of a sudden he's pulled that lap out of the bag. And about to go on, potentially, pole position here. He took a win in Spain out of nowhere. Let's see if he can take another win in Italy. That'll be quite the story.
Indeed, definitely will. And hello to Joshua Luke, who's just joining us in the chat, by the way. Good evening to you, my sir.
To F3. Yeah, and we do have to do the old cheeky plug, I suppose. These guys, I know a couple of these guys are running around on pads currently, but maybe that won't stay like that for much longer, because recently, in recent days, AOR, of course, newly sponsored by Thrustmaster, so maybe some of these guys can grab themselves a wheel courtesy of that agreement. I'm not sure what the agreement entails, but maybe if they win the championship, might grab themselves a nice little Thrustmaster wheel. Yeah, if they win the championship, they could grab themselves a nice new shiny Thrustmaster wheel. I think that's the agreement, as far as I'm aware.
Maybe.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Indeed. Well, we've got a bit of interesting going on there into turn number one, where we got a Hype Force India versus a Haas.
Yeah. I wouldn't quote me on that Thrustmaster thing, but they have a new sponsorship, so which is brilliant, of course.
Yeah, well, let's go for one person up front, to one person who, let's see if he can up through the field. That is Big Parenta. He's just coming through the last corner. Not on a lap again, so he's leaving it really late. This is a real surprise. He's going to have to pull this one out the bag on his last attempt. Now, the clouds are coming over. There is a chance of rain, we do believe. So this could really affect where the driver standings are.
Oh my lord, the speed, 216 miles an hour into turn one. That's crazy speed.
He is really pushing here through the Curve de Grande. He just came out of the Rettifilio, and let's see what he can do then. Through, down the straight. Down towards the second Rettifilio, or the second chicane as they call it. Does he get the car turned in? Fourth gear, hits the inside, hits the outside, goes absolutely two-wheeling out on the exit, the corner, hits the gravel, absolutely flat through the exit loop. Fifth gear, builds the speed up into the Lesmos, then into first one, into the second, brings it down to fourth gear. The front end comes around beautifully there on the Toro Rosso. Can Italy get a car on the front row? Let's find out in a little while as he comes under the bridge, under the old banking, coming towards Ascari, where Alberto Ascari, of course, is named afterwards. Out of Ascari comes, absolutely committed, sixth gear, rear end coming away. But here we go then, 190, almost 210 miles an hour as he hits the brakes down into the Parabolica. In he comes, fifth gear. Look how committed he is. This could be pole position if he can let this car lined up. Will the stars align for Italy here? And will he get a car on the
No.
front row? No, only 6th.
Wow. And I just noticed Vesto in the Ferrari onto the second row.
And it's out of quali as well. He's given up with it then, so he is very happy with that. But Big Purenta, only down in 6th. He'll have one more lap if he can do it.
That just shows you how quick Casper was. He's absolutely rapid. Now let's see. I don't know if he's on a lap currently. I think he's on an out lap. But let's see if he can maybe improve on that, because that's a brilliant lap.
And look out though, for Big Purenta, he's still on a lap. He's still got enough fuel. Can he do anything more? We're keeping on board with the Toro Rosso. We'll keep an eye on it. Coming down into Lesmo 2. Let's see, he's going off the road. That's a bottle job. That's going to go in the wall. No, he's got away with it. That, like, is that.
Wow, that is a shock. That is a shock.
Huge shock there today. 44 seconds to go in qualification. Who else is going to be on a lap? Matty D building up to one in the Red Bull. He's currently on the second row as well. That's an impressive qualification so far. Second row for Matt. He's got one more attempt at it.
Yeah, so CJ is on a lap. He only needs to find about a 1/10 of a second. Let's check his lap delta. No, he's backed out of it.
Yeah, he's done. There we go, backed out on the queue. Matty D, let's watch him though, and let's also have a look at Casper. He's in the pit lane. He's happy with that. So, Matt, I believe, will be the first one to cross the line. I believe, maybe Roadhouse as well. He's on the 3rd row right now. Let's see what he can do coming into the last corner. 1 second to go. Qualification officially over. And let's see, can Roadhouse get that car up the field? Let's see, cross the line. He's currently in 5th, ready to go. Stays at 5th. What about Matt, and what about the rest of the field further down? We got another Red Bull off. That is seen. He's dropped it down at the...
Lakito into 3rd.
Lakito up to 3rd. He's put Matt down to the, well, to the 3rd row right now. And Matt's backed out of it, I think.
Yeah, he lost. He was up in the 1st sector, but lost in the 2nd sector. Look at that, Casper on pole.
Pedro, cross the line, doesn't improve. What about Calzo and also Solid Ninja? Let's see what they do. Solid Ninja through the last corner in the McLaren. Can he drag that car off the last row? Comes to the line. Can he do anything in the McLaren? The answer to that is only 12. What about Cookie as well? He's had a shocking qualification. He hasn't set happen. So let's see if he can get the Cookie off the back row. Is it crumbled again? The freshly baked Cookie might be crumbling on us. Let's see. Comes to the line. Can he get that car off the back of the grid? The answer to that is yes, up to 6th. The Cookie, well and truly, reignited.
Well, look at that. Big Prentice down in 8th.
What a shock!
And his teammates up in 6th, up in 3rd. Sorry, that's massive.
That is an absolute shocker.
Well, brilliant. Brilliant stuff from Casper. That was a rapid time.
Oh dear, Infinity. I'm so sorry to hear that. He's... Oh dear. Oh wow.
So there you have it.
Well, that is Infinity's
the official classification. Wow, look how close the field was.
I know, everyone's within about a second of each other. Yeah, literally a second by
the entire field.
4 thousandths within a second. Incredible.
.996 separated 15 drivers. That's incredible.
Top 5 separated by just over 0.3 of a second. This is going to be a tight race. So it's going to be the Dutch versus the Americans on the front row and the Germans lining up behind in 3rd.
Yeah. This is going to be a really good race. Judging from that qualifying.
Now, is it
raining?
It raining? No, it's sunny. Sunshine
Clear
in the
skies.
sky.
Hallelujah.
No rain this time. So this is going to be a straight fight. Expect absolute carnage.
Especially turn 1. The, if you've ever heard of the term concertina effect, it's that times 10 here at Monza.
And remember what happened to Liuzzi back in 2011. Something like that could easily happen here. Let's, for God's sake, hope it does not. Remember all the races we've seen, though. Could we see a new winner here? We'll only find out in 10 seconds, so grab your popcorn. Let's get ready to rumble here in Italy. With 2 lights, well, with 2 seconds, and 5 red lights. There's the 3rd, there's the 4th, here comes the 5th. Here we go in Italy, Casper versus CJ, and it is gonna be go. The lights are on for an age, but we're underway, and everyone seems to be squirming their cars off the grid. Look, behind at the Toro Rosso's low, jumping through readily, but Casper has to jump immediately. Look out though, and there's contact, I think, somewhere down the back. We've got cars bouncing in. Here comes the Concertina. Look at Vesto up to third. A storming start from him. I think everyone's got cleanly through. No, the Red Bull off. That's Matt.
No, they haven't.
That is Matt. That is definitely Matt off there. So of course that one, Matt involved already.
And the cookie has crumbled immediately.
Cookie is in serious trouble. It's got Soggy there, but up front, Casper leads. And look at the back. Roadhouse up to fifth. And there's a Ferrari off. There's all carnage going on that number one here. And CJ up to the knee.
Look at that for a move down the inside of Lesmo 1. What a move.
What carnage going on here. Huge drama in the background. But look at Roadhouse. What a storming start from him. And Lat's got a 5-second time penalty. What carnage have we got here on that number one?
Absolute insanity. Atkow is up 6 positions from where he started. He's on the back of Roadhouse, hounding him for position.
Incredible start here, but CJ, a storming start. Casper and Lat, everyone running so cleanly. Cookie's got a penalty there, and that's all gone wrong for him. The Cookie's crumbled, it's in milk, and it's gone horribly wrong. But Matt involved in contact on lap number 1, and Leafy out of the session already. Here we go then, here comes the choo-choo
look
train.
At the train! As we begin the... Atkow is on the soft tyre, by the way. He's in a hugely, massively beneficial position. He's going to have a look at Roadhouse into turn 1.
Roadhouse has gone off. He's got his hand spearing into the side of Big Parenta.
Big Parenta's up to 4th, and that was him into the side of Lakitu, I think that was, or Casper. He's hit Casper.
Oh my goodness me, and here comes
even more...
At on the inside of Lad. Look at this here, down into the second chicane. Everything's getting confusing. What carnage have we got here? We're only on that number 2.
What a start from Atkow, it's unbelievable. And Big Parenta as well.
And look here
on the inside,
Pedro,
potentially.
Having a battle with Scene there, runs a little bit wide, and now look down the straight, and oh my goodness, everyone's getting a bit tight in the background. Look at CJ, look, he's 2 seconds already.
I just noticed Pedro getting squeezed onto the grass down towards Ascari, and Lakito with
another penalty.
3-second time penalty. Oh, Big Parenta sideways out of Ascari. Let's keep an eye on Pedro. He's about to go for a move. Down the inside towards Parabolica.
That'll be easy peasy. Let's see. Look, the Red Bull can keep around the outside. We can in the background. Williams and Haas battling. That Red Bull is keeping around the outside. That's going to go all the way down towards the first corner. No, squeeze them out on the exit. And let's see CJ dominating so far. 2 seconds. Doing a Vettel. Look at talking about Vettel and Ferraris. Here comes the Ferrari on the Red Bull then. What a brilliant exit from Vesto. He's going to go launching one down the inside. He might take 2 in 1. Locking up.
2 of them.
Locks up, does he get the car turned in? Let's contact the Red Bull. Red Bull's still there, he's sided on the exit. Pedro's sided on the exit, they're all sided on the exit. And look at Solid Ninja's going to get 1 car in this as well.
So Casper and Shumi going side by side through Curva Grande, just behind. Casper's trying to make up places after that very, very poor incident between himself and Roadhouse. So he's trying to recover after starting on pole, just can't catch a break. Trying to look down the inside of Lesmo 1, and he is
That
gets the door firmly shut in his face. Here comes Atkow on the Kitu.
Down the inside, into the King, under the bridge. Here we go, down towards Ascari. He's got it. Now, can the Toro Rosso slip one down the inside? No, he can't. So Toro Rosso, 3rd and 4th. They're running nose to tail, and Big Parenta up to 4th already. What a storming start for him. Can only imagine he's coming go through this field like a bullet.
Lakito started in 11th place, can I just say?
Indeed, talking about taking the advantage. Meanwhile, look at the background. Down the inside goes one of the Ferraris there on the Haas nearly. Pedro and Vesto battling CJ and Matt out of the race on that 4.
Retired.
So he is not happy here. Now down the straight. We're going to see Lat come back at Attitude. Let's see, or however you pronounce it, around the outside potentially. Can't do it there. And look in the background, here goes the Ferrari down the inside of the Haas. He's gone and got that one there over the curb just about. And 1 Ferrari past the Haas, and off goes. Seen there off across the curb and almost takes out the Williams in the process. That's getting a little bit tight there, and that has to be a warning surely for that one.
Casper got the 2 of them there actually as a result. And side by side again between Vesto and Pedro. He's trying to come back at him, and Vesto is into 5th, and Shumi just got by. Well, he's not, but they've both gone straight on at the second chicane. And here comes Vicstar to take those 2 positions away.
Meanwhile, look at the battle for 3rd right now. Look who we've got coming through to the podium. BP Renter already coming to the podium. Look, after you, absolutely storming drive so far. Lad's going to get herself another penalty. That's going off the road if he's not careful. Well, I think this will be an easy move. Tyre Rossi team orders, are we going to see it? Well, they're going to go battling down towards the Parabolica. So. Let's see a little bit of a dive from these teammates. Tyre Rossi v Tio Rosso into the brakes. Almost contact down the exit. Look at this. Tyre Rosso's battling round the outside. That's brave. Has he got it? Yes, he has. Round the outside into Parabolica. What a move. Though it's not over. Slipstream. He's going to do the inside. Yellow flags in sector number 2. I think that might be Shumi. It's Calzo out of the race. And down the inside goes Latz. Let's see, does he get the car stopped? Yes, he does. Another lap, and look how much all of a sudden opening the gap up. Shumi and Sumi nice down the back, having a bit of battle there for 10th and 11th, and that's a good exit there from the Williams. Let's see if the Red Bull can manage to get any power down. Soft versus super soft. The Red Bull has damage on the left end plate. Lost the entire front end of it, so that's been an easy move, I'd imagine, down the inside. They're making a bit of contact there. They're all bumping wheels now. Down the inside goes the Williams, and easy peasy move there. Though I say that, gets a bad exit, bit of contact on the exit, and off goes the Red Bull. Now, that's a little bit cheeky, and that won't be very happy drivers.
No. So, yeah, it's not over. Big Prenta is still trying to get past his teammate here. He's just got to hope that Lakito gets a bad exit through Ascari, which he doesn't do this time. And it's allowed Atkow to just gain this gap. And he's in the best position right now because he's on the softs. And he's going to be able to go a lot longer into this race.
Indeed, bit of a
Lakito
slide.
Sideways through Parabolica. Now, I think this is Big Red is going to be his chance once again. He's going to have DRS this time to help him. So here we go. Switching to the outside this time. Let's see if he'll maybe do a little dummy to the inside. He's alongside. Lakito's going to hold the inside line as we run down to the Retafilio. Lakito on the inside. Big Parenta around the outside. That was a brilliant move.
Around the outside. Meanwhile, in the pit then has come Shumi and Seen. Meanwhile, we know that the Red Bull has damaged Shumi maybe as well. So that is what's happened down there. But now, let's see if Lat can try and come back on his teammate. It's not over yet. Don't count these drivers out as they come through the second chicane. Big Parenta, a big slide, but just about gets away with it. We're only on that number 6, by the way. We're flying through this motor race. And do remember, by the way, if you haven't been kept up to date, Solo Ninja has just made a move there on Vesto. Now, we do have a new sponsor now, Frux Masters. Welcome to the club. And meanwhile, Vesto just got overtaken by Solo Ninja, who's had an also storming race, by the way, up 8 positions as well. So incredible from some of these drivers. Though Vesto might slip run down the inside into Ascari. Though what's out for the Haas in the background as well.
Yeah, Casper, of course, is the fastest man on track currently because he got pole, and those two Toro Rossos are sticking together. And I think Atkow may have just pulled a series of...
What's happened there?
Oh, God! Whoa, what's happened? Are we lagging?
Maybe lagging there. I don't know what that was. It seemed almost like a safety car suddenly jumped out, or a bit of lag. Something happened there. But yellow flags all of a sudden shooting everywhere. In sector number 2, I believe that might be Cookie, I believe. Yes, it is.
Because what's happened on my screen is Lakito's overtaken Atkow.
He has.
Now, I don't know if that was due to lag or whatever, but Big Brent has dropped 3.2 behind. But I think it's going to be...
CJ as well. Look at CJ. He suddenly dropped a heap of time. Something's gone on here.
Something's gone on there, yeah.
Yeah, something's gone wrong there. Meanwhile, Lysol and Casper having a bit of a battle here down in 5th and 6th. What an interesting race we've got so far. Race is but brilliant though. And unfortunately, Cookie, Cow and Matt out of this race. We're only on that number 7.
Here comes Atkow on Lakito. He's going to have to do it again. Look at the squeeze!
Down the inside of Ascari, gets the move done, squeezes him in his turn, so thanks very much, I'll have that one, get behind me. Now, let's see if he catches up to CJ, who either's made a mistake or something's going on there, because he's dropped 2 seconds in one corner, so unless he's spun somewhere, I don't know.
Here comes Casper on Solid Ninja, got a good run out of Ascari as we run down towards Parabolica. I think it's going to have to be the outside line for the Dutchman here. Let's see if he can do it around the outside of Parabolica.
Can't do
No,
it. Maybe
but
a
watch the
cutback
cutback.
down the inside. No, he'll do it. And easy peasy. Look out for the
Textbook.
Ferrari in the background there. Let's see. DRS slipstream train if you come down towards turn number 1 then. Solid Ninja's going to keep around the outside though, so it's not over. And look at the Ferrari in the background closing up. Solid Ninja will be around the outside on board. Here we go. With Vesto, we might have a little cheeky plug down the inside. He is going to have a look down the inside. Won't do it that one. Get his nose cut if he's not careful. Backs off of that one.
Oh, I think CJ might have got wing damage. Let's have a look here. No, he hasn't. Atcow's right with him.
Yeah, Atcow flying all of a sudden. What is going on here? On Leslo Supersoft's going off like dramatically here on that number 8, but I can't imagine it. Around that number 13, I believe they'll be stopping. So, very interesting stuff here.
Down the inside. Oh, there's contact.
And off goes the Italian Dream into the gravel nearly. There, he's just about getting that car stopped. Won't be in that gravel now. Luckily, though, he gets his car back out, though. Bit of a slide on the exit, and that's unfortunately a mistake for him.
Yeah, Atcow's within DRS range.
Wow,
He's
this
flying.
is a sudden turn,
The
isn't
flying
it?
fin, literally.
Yeah, the flying fin. Not the literal run, but the superior one, I suppose. Here we go, then. The Force India flying towards the Renault of CJ, then. This is going to be interesting, then. Down the straight we go. DRS activating CJ. A little bit of weaving there. Now, he's on the grass nearly down the straight. He is, I think he's flustered.
He's having issues.
Something's not right with that Renault.
Yeah, I'm on board. His tyres are clean, so there's no issues with tyre wear. He may just be struggling.
Draining potentially, we don't know. It's simply, we just don't know what's going on here. But look at coming straight through here. Look, he's going to be 2 tenths the gap. I think he's going to get it down towards Ascari, you know. Look at this, how good of an exit. This is incredible here. He's come from about 5 seconds into about 2 laps to catch up to CJ, who we might have a wounded car, maybe engine issues. Look, I can't imagine it. Maybe, surely, I don't know. Maybe there is engine damage all of a sudden, but a big slide almost throws the opportunity to pass down the straight. And here we go towards Ascari. We know how powerful the slipstream is on this track. Are we going to see a dive down the inside? No, I don't think so. Cookie's out of the session completely. So the crumble has a lot of cookies in it. Now through they come, and look at this, down the straight.
Yeah, let's watch. As he's definitely going to have the move into turn 1, as long as he's able to stick with him through the Parabolica. Let's watch. So the Finnish driver tries to get past the American here. Needs the traction out of Parabolica, and he gets it. So here we go. Force India on Renault action. It's midfield, but up the front this time. DRS for the Force India. CJ goes very defensive to the inside. He's going to have to go to the outside to try and get past here. Around the outside of turn 1.
Off, they make contact.
He gets sideways, and he's going to be sideways through the second part. Couldn't find the traction. Great fight for the lead here. It's not over yet, though.
It definitely is, and as they come down towards the second chicane, but I don't think a good exit low. Like I said, he's a little bit weaving. I don't think he's very happy about that one. But through the come, a big mistake from CJ. Let's see. Can't try and sliver on up the inside like Hakkinen did in the old 98 season, if I remember around here. Let's see, look, they're getting very close into Lesmo too. Surely not. Oh my goodness me, big slide. He almost contact there. He's seen Krass's lair before down the inside. Luckily, just about backs off of that one. Drops 5/10 as a result.
Yeah, now Big Prent is on the back of his teammate once again.
6/10 between those two, but let's keep our eye on these top 2 because this is an incredible battle. Ad's got to try and dummy CJ to try and make a move then. I think he's going to have the inside somehow. They're coming up to lap, I believe. Might be seen then in the Red Bull or might be Roadhouse. I don't know. They're quite far down the field.
Oh, look at the exit.
There we go
look
then.
Look at that exit from
around the outside in the pit lane. There he's in. I think those tyres must be shot on that car. And everyone coming in then. So those tyres are shot then among some of these drivers. Big Renter up to second though, but currently leads his race.
Vesto off at Ascari in front of the Devossi.
And he's hit that wall somewhere.
Casper's back up to 3rd after all of that.
Yeah, but yet to stop. In comes Latz, of course, and CJ as well. And CJ straight back out there. And let's see his nearest car will be. No one, actually. So he's got a clean old track ahead of him.
It's a nice bit of space for those 2 guys to come out in. Vesto in as well. So Big Prent is going to be in this lap. Atcow's going to go on for another 4 laps.
5 laps, I'd imagine. Oh, a big slide there. So your official order, out of sync, of course. On lap 11, of course, at Big P Renter, Casper, Solid Ninja. Then we got Pedro.
Oh,
CJ.
Solid Ninja on Casper.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's getting close, and Casper's been overtaken by Solid Ninja. They were getting close. I wasn't expecting it suddenly that close, so, Toro Rosso, well, sorry, the Haas struggling. And
Yeah, Pedro's right there too.
Toro Rosso,
off at the
he's in the wall, he's in the wall, he is in the wall!
Disaster!
Well, I mentioned problems for Toro Rosso there, even though it was a Haas. Well, Toro Rosso have gone off just as I said it. That is tragedy. That's going to be a front wing change there, surely. And look at Casper. He's going to come back through and overtake Solid Ninja, I think. Here we go, down the straight. And we're going to see, look at the speed. 214 down the inside. The other Haas is getting involved in this as well.
This is absolutely crazy. Sideways for Casper on the way out of the Retafilio. Let's see if Solid Ninja, I think he's going to come back in him once again.
Not yet. I think it's a little bit too far back. But this is incredible. And Lad had a stop-go penalty, by the way. Oh, down the inside goes the Haas. Pedro timed it. There's contact there. What on earth's happened there? There must have been contact or something into the braking zone, because that car was absolutely locked up sideways there. Something's gone horribly wrong there for Pedro. I think Solid Ninja's got damage of that now.
Let's have a look.
He'd be a very lucky puppy.
Here. I think he's got away with it.
Very lucky there. That was a dive there. Saw that by another. Big P Renter time penalty there. So it's gone from bad to worse for your championship leader. What drama here. Well, that means, though, Lad's got back ahead of his teammate, I suppose, and he's pulled the gap quite dramatically. So that's going to be one happy thing for that. Let's see your leader, by the way. 13, half the way through the Grand Prix. Just ahead of Casper. Let's see if we're going to see the Haas in the pit in this lap. Yes, we are. Are we going to see Solid Ninja? No, we're not. Neither we're going to see Pedro, but right. Pedro absolutely locked up there. That don't know what happened there. He must have either got side by side of his contact or something, or just couldn't get the car stopped down. It was a bit hard to see. CJ fastest lap, meanwhile, and it's flying.
Yeah. Let's see where Casper's going to come back out. Actually, he might actually. It could be close. Where is he? He's going to be close to Big Prenta.
Yeah, but he's going to jump
He's
in.
going to come out in front.
Miles ahead.
Wow. Although Big Prenta's going to carry the momentum, but Casper is in front.
Yeah, front wing change as well, member. So that's really cost him in the big run there. Shimi, meanwhile, on the hardest Tom Vandal tyres, by the way. So, he did pit earlier on, so I think he's going for a 0 stop. Well, 1 stop, I suppose. Very early 1 stop as well. That's going to be a brave one. So we'll be excited to see where he goes in this race. He's had a big start. Road to Vesto, and of course, Senior, of course, is out of this race. I'm talking about Vesto. Fastest lap for him. And the soft tyres as well.
I have to say, Atkow came in first. His first race was last week, and he finished in 3rd. And he's on course to take a victory in Monza, and this is going to be this is a big one for CJ as well. He's currently 23 points behind Big Prenta in the championship, so this is going to be a huge gains for him.
Oh, you say that though. How long is a pit stop in Monza? It's about 20 seconds, isn't it?
It roughly is, yeah. But I think he's already stopped.
Yes, CJ stopped. Your leader hasn't, by the way. Neither of the top 3 have stopped yet in this race.
They all started on the softs, of course. That's why.
Look at CJ catching Pedro.
But Atkow has got, yeah, he's right within that window, as you said.
20 seconds.
He's just within that 21 seconds. So, if I were him, I'd come in now.
Pedro's got front wing damage. He's hit a car or something. He's gone off somewhere. Look, that front wing's gone. So he's had an incident somewhere around the circuit. Now, could that have been with Solid Ninja? They were very close all of a sudden. And just look, by the way, Casper. Oh dear. Won't be hunting ghosts with that one, will he?
I'm going to be keeping an eye on Atkow now, just to see if he's going to come in this lap. He's sideways, and no.
Meanwhile, Big P Renter catching up to Casper, by the way. That gap is currently just over a second. Well, just under a second. Actually, 6/7 a gap. That's the only real battle going on. Oh dear, well, never mind.
Yeah, that's 6 seconds of penalties now. That's going to drop him behind Shumi.
Yeah, well, no, it won't.
Obviously, he's a penalty too.
Yeah, and he's
Not
also
anymore.
6 seconds behind.
Pedro in. He was 6 seconds behind.
Front wing change for the Haas driver then, I'd imagine. Let's see, though, if Big Parenta can go and pass Casper down the straight. He's got DRS. It'll be interesting. Down the straight they go. Is the Toro Rosso close enough to make a dive, do you think?
Maybe. He's going to think about it.
Backs up a bit. Casper locks up. And they'll get through to the corner A-OK this time around. But they've got to be careful locking up those tyres because they've got to go to the end of the race on them. And let's have a little check, by the way. The gap to your leader, by the way, 20 seconds. So I think it's going to be close, really. If Out wants to come in now, let's see, 12 laps on the soft. Well, the super softs. Do you think it's possible?
It's going to be tight, I reckon. I think he's just going to extend that stint to make sure he's going to be able to go to the end on those super softs, because I think the max life of those super softs is about 12 laps. So he's going to be pushing it.
Indeed, someone gets another penalty as well. I didn't catch out who that was, but we're keeping on board with Casper right now as they come down into the Ascari chicane on that number. And it's Vesto who's got a penalty there. I must be careful, these drivers, and have to say, good exit load from Casper. He's not really dropping too much time. I mean, Big P Render seems not be able to get past the Haas driver. As Soup does some counting. That fastest lap, by the way, in the Toro Rosso, a 122.8.
Right. Maths completed. Currently, if it were to finish like this, then the championship gap would come down to 16 points.
Getting saucy then. But yellow flag sector 3. That is Pedro. He's hit the wall into. That's the last corner. So he's not aquaplaning because he can't do that. So he's got on the curb or something. He's spun it or something.
Well, he's hit the right side somehow.
Well, he's gone and rebounded backwards into the wall, something there. It's very interesting stuff, but up front, still leading from Solid Ninja, 16 seconds. Look at CJ, by the way. He's only 18 seconds off the leader.
Yeah, I think Atka's coming in.
Let's go up to the leader. Yes, he is. In comes your race leader.
Keep an eye on CJ.
CJ will easily jump ahead of him.
Right, Atka into his box. Super softs for the Force India. This is a really audacious strategy. CJ coming through the Parabolica. Solo Ninja Snake in. Atka coming down the pit lane. CJ is going to carry the momentum and take that position away. But Atka is going to be on fresh super soft tyres.
Now, the question is, can he close that gap? Meanwhile, look at Big Parenta. He still can't get past Casper. He's stuck behind the Haas, just like you see. Though he's having a look to the inside. Vesto 3 second time penalty again. That's about his 12th second now, so not having the best of luck for him. Cyrus for the first corner goes Big Parenta and carries on for another lap, but cannot pass Casper. That is crucial for the championship, really. Shumi, and off goes Shumi. He spun the car in turn number 1. Now, what's he done there to do that?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. Look, my goodness me! Atka's within half a second already. He's flying.
Well, you mentioned the flying Finn. Look at this. He is absolutely flying right now. This is brilliant. CJ looking in the rear mirror. Sees bright pink of a Force India flying at him. Absolutely like a ballistic missile. A bat out of hell. Here we go. Down towards the Parabolica. CJ, I think, knows this already. He's starting to get a bit nervous. As they come towards the Parabolica, I think At might have a look down to turn number 1 if he's not careful. CJ's struggling horribly on those tyres. Look at him there, the rear stepping out like an absolute horrible hit. Down the straight, here we go. This is your lead, by the way. Look at the flying Force India. Here we go. We are in hype territory. Here we go to the outside into turn number 1. Can he do it around the outside? Oh, that's side. Can he? Yes, down the inside. Now the side by side. Now he's got the line. But Renault's not going to give up. But he's done it. To the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. What an overtake there from At on his it's surely the drive of the season there. What a storming drive from the Force India driver and the Renaults. Absolutely livid right now.
Yes, absolutely. Ak has started in 11th today. Got 3rd last night. What's happened to CJ? Oh, he's in the gravel.
I think he suddenly just realised he's been overtaken. He's just had an absolute terrible time.
He's been in the gravel through the Lesmos. He cannot afford to do that. He's struggling badly.
Penalty.
3-second time penalty.
That might come through.
And suddenly, what seemed like to be such a big gain for him in the championship is slowly diminishing.
Indeed, it's going from bad to worse. And all this, though, Big Parenta isn't too far back from this either. And look, that's the Big Parenta. He's only into the Parabolica. And there CJ's only coming down towards turn number 1. And look here at that, who's suddenly got himself to an opportunity to get 2nd here. If CJ's struggling too much, we've only got about 8 and a bit laps to go. Look at that down the inside. That's a time. There's contact. And off goes CJ. That was very clumsy there. And surely that's going to be a penalty there. I cannot see anything out of that one.
I have noticed the problem. I think CJ, might be missing some cascade elements off that front wing.
He is, yes, he is. And he's really struggling now. Look at Casper, who might come through and steal that podium as well. But surely Lat has got to have a word after that one. That, in my opinion, was a little bit audacious. Oh! Well, that's even worse.
Misunderstanding there. He did let him through, but CJ was not expecting it.
Well, that almost ended in an aeroplane crash there. Lat almost wiping out CJ. Almost could have right up Casper. And here goes Casper.
Here comes Casper.
Oh, look at the squeeze there down towards the Ascaris King. Down the inside he goes. And Casper stealing it there like an absolute candy from a baby. What the way to go. Now up to the podium. Now can he get 2nd?
I have to say this is one of the best recovery drives of the season by Casper. Got taken out early on in the race. Started on pole, got taken out. And now he's back fighting for 2nd in this race.
What a storming drive from him down the straight low. Let's see if Lat can try and come through low, but look at the gap low. Casper and CJ we know is struggling. Are we going to see Casper do a return like the Toro Rosso down the inside? No, he's not. And can the Toro Rosso have a look as well? 2nd, 3rd and 4th also together there by about a 2nd as well. Incredible stuff. And then in the background, Big Parenta catching up as well.
Oh, that's Cow with a penalty.
Well, that's not really affecting. Look how far he's ahead. 10
seconds clear
already. He is storming through, and unless there's issues with the tyres, all looks to be Scott clear. He might even have a cup of tea in this race. Here we go.
Casper.
No, backs off of that one. I was about to say, he's still CJ's lagging. That's not good.
Right. Now, if Atka's not careful, he might get promoted.
Yes. He definitely might.
He got 3rd in his first race. He's about to win his 2nd one. From 11th on the grid.
Indomitable passing here. Casper all over the back of CJ Lowe, and a bit of a slide there. Oh, it might not be the back of him in a minute. Big slide there, and all of a sudden, look at Big Parenta, only a 2nd off his teammate, and he's really in this fight. If these guys battle and maybe get a little bit argy-bargy, CJ might have that gap suddenly open up. Oh dear, Shumi's got a 3-second time penalty. Now, where's that going to happen? That'd be at Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Casper because he's got huge straight line speed in that Haas. Look how much he closes up to CJ down towards turn 1. 215 miles an hour onto the brake. CJ goes defensive and there's no move on for Casper just yet. So, Lakitu dropping back a little bit. Casper's still right on the back of CJ as we run to the 2nd Rettifilio. Look at the overspeed he carries into the 2nd chicane, but he's being sensible. He's not diving it down the inside in places where moves are definitely not on.
He definitely isn't. This is getting spicy for 2nd position for the podium. Your leader, by the way, absolutely flying right now, on course for a victory here in the Italian Grand Prix for the Scuderies. The not the Scuderia, the Force India at least. The Scuderia, meanwhile, currently down in 4th and 5th.
And the other Scuderia is in 10th.
Yeah, so the Scuderia is not having too good. But meanwhile, it's all hype and glory for the good old Force Indias.
Yes, proudly carrying the sponsor of AOR hype energy there, and I think we know where Atka is getting his pace from, don't you think?
Yes.
Definitely those wonderful hype energy drinks.
Yep, and of course those super softs may be slightly assisting, but mainly the hype energy drinks in my opinion.
No, mainly definitely hype energy, yeah.
Here we go, then down the straight. Look at the speed difference between some of these drivers. Lat, Casper and CJ going down towards turn number 1. They're all kind of in a situation though where, well, all of a sudden, look at Big Parenta. Where's he come from?
These guys have been holding each other up so much that Big Parenta has just been lurking in the background, slowly catching up. And right now, CJ's doing enough to bring that championship gap down to 15 points. But he's got to hold off a Haas and 2 Toro Rossos to do so.
Well, he's got to do a Jill Villeneuve then, hasn't he? A wounded car. And he might have a lot of struggles on his hands here. Now, do you think there's going to be some team orders here? I
doubt it. They were fighting through Parabolica, and I don't think there's going to be any team orders at play here at all.
Well, in terms of penalty, who has any of these drivers? You know, that has a penalty, I believe.
Yeah, and Big Parenta has 2 3-second penalties. Casper has a time penalty. I don't think I think CJ might have one as well.
Well, let's
so
find that out.
I think the only
after.
fight for position, I think the only guys fighting for position are actually CJ, Casper, and Lack.
Indeed, but we'll find out after this race, of course. Who knows? I mean, Big Parenta could all of a sudden just jump these guys, and if they make contact, you never know. But that's a good exit for Casper this time, down the straight. Now, are we going to see a return favour? Is he going to try and dive one? Now, can he get that car back up to the podium after what happened earlier on the race? I don't think so yet. He's keeping his cards close. He might keep
almost
it
hit the back of him.
Close on the exit as well. Meanwhile, Big Star and Roadhouse having a battle, by the way, down for 7th and 8th. So well, that's an interesting battle going on there. We'll keep an eye on between Mercedes and McLaren. Good to see Big Star at least in the race. Don't really have much luck so far, but he's doing good. I hope you're enjoying it, by the way, in the comments. As we're looking at an absolutely titanic battle here, and having a look down the inside there is both the Toro Rossos. They pass the sister car, who's having a horrible time there, and is out of the race. So both Red Bulls out of the race, but meanwhile both Toro Rossos flying in 4th and 5th. Just.
Yeah, and suddenly CJ's just got enough over the Haas behind him to just make sure that DRS isn't effective.
So you say like 8 tenths of a second, but it will close up a little bit, but not a lot. Really, I think now that Haas is just looking back at those Toro Rossos lurking in the background, isn't he? Only coming to just over 3 laps to go, by the way, here in Italy, and race is starting to build to an, well, exceptional climax.
Yeah. Meanwhile, out front, 14.6 seconds clear is Atka.
And here we go. Look at the Toro Rosso boys. They're coming down the straight. They're getting a bit closer now. But DRS and DRS isn't really helping each other, is it?
No, it's just it neutralises it as Lakita goes deep into the Rettifilio. So let's see if maybe Big Parenta can get the better exit. I think he has got a better exit.
He's got a mega exit. Let's see. Is he going to go to the outside or is he going to go to the inside? Now, is he a bit brave? He's going to go to the outside. Now he's going to the inside. He's doing a Ricardo. Down the inside he goes into the second chicane. There's contact there between the pair of them. One skip to the chicane. There's a penalty there. That's a little bit cheeky. Now that surely is going to be put into question.
Well, Lakita was weaving side to side there. He wasn't happy with that, but that means...
Oh, he's going off!
Oh, dear!
And, well, that's that. I suppose.
Yeah, Big Parenta now is legitimately into 4th because of that. Casper now...
all over the back of CJ. Ah, well, there you go. He's over the back of it. Man opponent as well. Commentator's curse, I suppose, that.
Well, he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties now.
Everyone's
I think this is more for pride's sake than anything.
And see if you can do it. I think you might do it, you know, down to turn 1. CJ's got a horrible exit now.
Definitely.
Here we go then. DRS, Slipstream. Is he going to go to the inside or is he going to go to the outside? He could try and go to the inside, but CJ's going so far to the inside. I think if he tries the inside, he's going to have a simply horrendous accident. Around the outside he goes. Can he do it? Long way round. He'll have to stick his nose up the inside into the second part of the Rettifilio. Backs off of it this time round. Does he get a good exit? Bit of a good exit, but CJ storming exit as well. Now they come down towards the second chicane. Are we going to see any dives here? CJ versus Casper.
Vicstar and Roadhouse doing the exact same thing into the Rettifilio. Vicstar's going around the outside of Roadhouse, just leaving enough space to work with bit of contact. Roadhouse holds on.
Great overtake there. Back to your leader. Well, back to the battle for second as I struggled to get the camera to work there. Casper and CJ still battling. 25 or 27.
I'll just quickly check if CJ has a penalty.
You definitely, that's a good idea. Let's see, because this could really affect the outcome of this motor race. And by the way, so the Ninja, who I do believe's got a penalty, might actually come suddenly through and gain a few positions out of this. Look at...
CJ does have a penalty.
Ah, how many?
Let me just quickly check. I think he just has the one.
So he's got 3 seconds. Well, that's not the end of the world, but let's see. Good exit again. Here we go. And now that's the inside line. He's got, look at the squeeze! Oh! Down the straight. That is getting a little bit naughty. They're making contact nearly. CJ's got an absolutely beautiful line, though. And there is no way he's coming through there. On the outside, he can't do it. Locking up both of them, but that's getting a little bit spicy now. That's almost getting a little bit naughty.
Yeah, Big Parenta's right with these two guys as well, but CJ's got 3 seconds in hand nonetheless, so he just has to stick where he is.
Indeed, he really just has to sit where he is and he will get a position, but can he sit there? That is a crucial question. Can CJ just retain his position for third? And look at Parenta though, he's coming through as well. Now we're coming on to the last lap, so these guys are starting to get a little bit desperate now. Some of these drivers might try and make desperate moves, and we know what happens there, but let's hope they don't. Will these drivers skilled to maintain their composure? But let's see, Casper has a good line to the inside, but I don't think he's going to try it there into a scar. He might even chop his front wing off if he's not careful. Big Parenta, 9 seconds. Well, that's his race over, but he's closing up. He's doing this for pride, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing this for a bit of fun now. So he's going to drop 9 seconds. It's going to drop him a little bit back, I think. Maybe one position, but we shall see afterwards. It does get a bit confusing with penalties. So 1 lap to go. Atkow is your leader. But we've got Casper and CJ still together. Big Parenta also with these guys. And this battle is not over just yet. Well, it is a bit, but yeah.
It's not as over as you think.
Yeah. So CJ still, I think he's done a brilliant job. Even without the penalties, he's still absorbing the pressure so well to hold these guys off for the last 7 or 8 laps. Brilliant job so far. Can he just take it to the flag?
That is the important question though. Can he just get those the last few sectors? Meanwhile, coming through your last sector, by the way, is your leader, Casper and all dead. Sector 2, that is for...
Vesto, Tifosi are sad, crying. Atkow, as you said, what a race. It has to be drive of the season, driver of the day, without a question. Atkow, his first race was last time out. He got a podium there. Rounding the final corner, Atkow wins in Italy for Force India.
Oh, look at this, sir. Look at this.
The fight for second.
Oh, that's getting very tight down towards the last corner. Who's going to get it? Around the outside goes the Haas. Can he do it? He's on the outside. They're making contact there. There is, and now look at Big Parenta. Big Parenta's going to get 1. Can he get 2? CJ, I think, just got it. Yes, he has. That's almost a run to the line. But Casper, CJ gets 2nd, I think. Casper 3rd. Big Parenta 4th. That, I think, has got 5th.
Oh.
Solid Ninja's 4th.
Got 4th. Wow, so that dropped Big Parenta down to 5th.
What about
after
Roadhouse?
Penalties. Vicstar and Roadhouse to the line. Vicstar got it via penalties. And Vesto, I think, is still going to pick up points for the Scuderia. But man, oh man, Atkow, 11th on the grid to the win.
And now we're just waiting for Schumi to cross the line, by the way. He's coming through the last corner there. A very lonely drive, but up 3 positions, I suppose. So a good result for him. Cross the line he comes in the Williams, and that is that. Well done to At. What a dominable drive. Now let's go to that podium.
Gap of the championship, now 15 points between CJ and Big Parenta.
It's coming down like an absolute rock, and well done though to your winner today. Well done to At on your first Grand Prix victory here in F3. Second point, well done to CJ in 2nd.
And Casper with a recovery drive to 3rd.
Well, that surely is going to be one of the most remarkable things ever. Well, let's skip that cutscene and look, dear, look at all the penalties. So the ninja did a good job not getting a penalty. So your 15th position at wins the race by 17 seconds over CJ, Casper 3rd, Solar Ninja 4th, Big P Renter 5th, Lat 6th, Vicstar 7th, Roadhouse 8th, Shumi 9th, Vesto 10th, Verstappen 11th, didn't get points. 12th was Pedro, Marcus Ericsson was 13th, Bottas was 14th, and Matty D was 15th. Retiring on that number, well, 5.
Yeah, so Solid Ninja has the honour of being the only guy not to pick up a penalty.
Indeed. Well, from here in Italy, I suppose, in closing, 11 out of, 10, I suppose, from that race. From me and Sue,
absolutely.
Thank you for joining, and that was surely one of the most remarkable races here in history. Next week, I believe, we're going over to Austria. So, until next time, we'll see you then from AOR. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. Goodbye.